This is Diane Downs, and you may be wondering, why is this sweet little pregnant lady in handcuffs being arrested? It's because she is a fucking murderer and she's up for parole in 2021. Diane married her high school sweetheart, Steve Downs, and they immediately started having kids. She always said she wanted to be a mom. Their oldest daughter is Christy Ann. And then they had Cheryl Lynn, and then they had their son, Daniel. Diane got kicked out of college for promiscuous behavior. Steve claims that Daniel isn't his son, and that he is a result of an affair. So they get a divorce. In Diane's words, she said that she had 10 different partners that she had relations with, and less than half of them were married. So then, Diane starts seeing this guy named Robert Knickerbocker. But Robert Knickerbocker was married, and he said that he would leave his wife for Diane. She offers to kill his wife, and he's like, no, let's just move. Part 2 is already posted. Part 2 to the story of Diane Downs. So Diane offers to kill her new boyfriend's wife, and he's like, no, let's just move. Let's move to Oregon. So she packs up her 3 kids, and she moves. But once she gets there, he's like, I don't like kids. I don't want the kids to be with us. Diane starts getting desperate, so she's writing him letters and letters, and he stops answering her, and then the letters start getting returned to sender, so he's not even opening them. As soon as Diane left, he reconciled with his wife. And then on May 19th in 1983, Diane arrives at the hospital claiming that her and her 3 kids had all been shot by a mysterious man on the side of the road. So when they get to the hospital, Christy, who was 8 years old, had been shot twice in the chest. She was alive in critical condition and then ended up suffering from a stroke from all the trauma. Cheryl had passed away before they even made it to the hospital. She was 7 years old. And Danny, who was 3 years old, had been shot in the back. But Diane, who fought off the attacker, was only shot in the forearm. And it gets fucking crazier. Part 3 to the story of Diane Downs. She's up for parole in 2021 and I don't want her getting out. So she pulls up to the hospital with her 3 kids in the car saying that they had all been shot. But she's not acting like a mom who just fought off an attacker and watched him shoot her kids. She's asking about blood spatter in the car because that car is brand new and she doesn't want it to be ruined. So the police are like, what the fuck, lady? And then her ex-husband shows up. Once they figured out what kind of bullets were used, he told police that she had that same exact gun. Yeah. And police are like, but why would she kill her kids? And then they read her diary, where she writes about how her new boyfriend that's married, doesn't like kids. But there wasn't enough proof. So Diane is able to walk free for over a year while her kids are in the hospital recovering. Her 3-year-old son Danny survived but was paralyzed for the rest of his life. And her daughter Christy survived and was learning how to talk again. And Diane knew that when Christy started talking, it was over for her. Go to part 4. Part 4 to the story of Diane Downs. And she does look like Tom Brady in a wig in this one. We're going to talk about the trial. So remember how Diane said that she pulled over on the side of the road because she saw a guy and then he tried to take her car and then he shot her kids and her and then left. And then Diane raced to the hospital? Witnesses on the scene say that she was going between 5 and 7 miles per hour, so slow that it couldn't even register on his speedometer. Oh, I forgot to mention, she got herself knocked up before the trial to try and gain sympathy. Maybe it was because she knew that it was a done deal and she was going away for life. I don't know. The baby that she's pregnant with here has spoken out. I'll show you some of the footage of it. Anyway, this is Diane trying to defend herself.
I mean, that's not a believable story. If I had done this, I could have come up with a believable story. It really happened.
Yeah, so she bombed the trial. But her daughter spoke up and said, Mommy shot us. She was sentenced to life. And then she escaped. Part 5 to the story of Diane Downs. So she was so desperate to win back her married boyfriend that cut her off, she shot all 3 of her kids and then shot herself to make it look like it wasn't her. But after being in jail for only 3 years, she escapes. She climbed an 18-foot barbed wire fence. I can't make this up. She climbed this fence, slicing her shit up, and goes to her prison cellmate's husband and is sleeping with her prison cellmate's husband for like a week. And then they found her. She's up for parole in 2021 and I pray to God she doesn't get the fucking chance. Here's footage of her parole hearing from 2010. Keep in mind in her original statement, she said that the kids were quiet on the way back. She could just hear her son quietly sobbing, meaning she thought they were all dead.
The state says that I was the one that shot them and that I wanted them dead. If that was the case, I would not have taken them to the hospital still crying.